set up. However, in today's topic, we're going to be talking about relationships for you guys and the 5 key things that are really important when it comes down to relationships, everybody. Everybody. Number one, and everybody knows that this is one of the most important things when it comes down to a relationship: communication. You have to be willing to communicate your feelings on the inside in order to really. Okay. Communication is number one. It's super important to communicate your feelings, because if I'm dating you but you don't communicate to me, how do I know when you're upset, when something bothers you, what I need to work on? You have to be willing to communicate your inner feelings in order to grow the relationship. Without communication, there's not really a relationship. It's more like you're just an acquaintance to somebody. However, if you are one of those people that do communicate, your partner has to be willing to comprehend. Communication plus comprehension equals a great relationship, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Now, if I'm communicating to you, I expect you to comprehend, which means to understand what I'm communicating. We all have different communication styles, but you have to be willing to learn that this is your partner's way of communicating. So communication is key. Be willing to communicate your feelings. Do not let it build up inside of you, because that's how you build up anger, disappointment, because you end up having these expectations that don't get met. Okay? Now, which leads us to number 2, the trust factor. Okay? The relationship has to have trust. Without trust, there is no relationship. Trust is the foundation of a relationship. It's when you're building a building, right? You know, the blocks around, that is considered trust, and then you build on top of it. Okay? Without trust, there's no relationship. Be a trustworthy person. Do not be an untrustworthy motherfucker, because nobody's gonna take you seriously, and karma is real. If you do something and you break somebody's trust that they trusted you, that shit will bite you in the ass, and it'll come, and you'll end up feeling exactly what you made that person feel. Okay? Be a trustworthy person. Okay? However, if there's something that you're not inside you feel like your partner is doing something, ask the question, communicate. Okay? Build the trust. Without communication, you can't build trust. Okay? You have to build trust in a relationship. It doesn't come easy. However, relationships are not easy in general. Okay? So that's number 2. Which leads us to number 3. Respect. Respect your partner. Respect their boundaries. Respect their dreams. Respect their wishes. Okay? If I respect you, I will respect you enough to not do you wrong, to not lie to you, to not cheat on you. Respect is huge. It goes hand in hand with trust. Because if I respect you enough to not break that trust that you gave to me. Okay? Trust is another key factor in terms of relationships. Respect is huge. If you respect me, I expect you to respect me enough to not break the trust I gave you, to not do me wrong, to not lie to me. I respect you enough, and you respect me enough to not do that. That's how we establish what we call trust, communicate, and that's how we grow in the relationship, baby. Another thing that is huge in relationships that's not really talked about a lot is support. Support your partner's dreams. Support them in whatever they want to do. If your partner wants to change their body and you're a fat fuck, support them. Go to the gym with them. Support their dreams. If your partner wants to start a cooking channel, support it. Be there for them. Encourage them. Come up with some ideas that maybe they haven't came up with. But you have to support your partner in their dreams. How do you expect to grow in a relationship if you're so unsupportive? If you just don't care about your partner's dreams or ambitions. If you have no ambition but your partner does, fucking put your shit to the side and support your partner. I'm telling you guys, support is huge in relationships. Support. I have been in relationships where I had to stop my YouTube career. I deleted social media. Okay, when I was doing really well on social media, I was doing it, and I had to delete these all because the partner that I was with did not want me to succeed, and they were super unsupportive, and it literally killed my motivation. Support your partner. If you're watching this right now and your partner wants to do something or start a channel, start a business, whatever the case may be, support them in it. Support them, because you never know how much your words can fuel that motivation inside of them to get them to keep going. Last but not least, the last thing I'd say a relationship needs is quality time. Spend time with your partner. Spend that quality time. Now, it doesn't have to be an expensive date. You can literally go to the beach, go grab a cup of ramen, and maybe 2 ices. It'll cost you less than $10. Okay, go to the beach and spend that quality time. Get to know your partner. Get to know what they like. Get to know what they don't like. It doesn't matter if you've been together 5 years. You might find out something about your partner when you're spending quality time together. You can't build a relationship with no quality time. Okay? You have to be willing to spend that quality time. And nobody is too busy to spend quality time with their partner. Okay? I have met billionaires that are in the middle of a meeting, that stop the meeting to call their significant other and see what they need and plan a date. And hey babe, when I'm done with the meeting, I'm going to come home and we're going to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And that quality time. And they've been together for years on end. You have to be willing to spend quality time with your significant other. Without quality time, like how? How are you going to grow? Okay? Plan some fucking dates, man. If you're a man, plan a date. If you're a woman, maybe just hint at it. Maybe hint that you want to go to this place. If you guys don't have a lot of money, there's a lot of cool things that you can do that don't require money. Trust me on this. I've seen couples on the bus. I've seen couples walk together. You don't need a lot of money in order to go and spend quality time with your significant other. And if you're somebody that requires a lot of money to spend quality time, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, and you're the problem with society nowadays. Because most of the time, people will compare their lives to yours, when in reality, your life is a facade. And it's all for show, for social media. Spend quality time with your partner. Guys, those are the 5 things that I think, in my opinion, that are requirements. That I don't recommend them. These are requirements in order to have a good relationship. The 5 things, that's what I think it is. Communication, trust, support, and respect and quality time. That's what I recommend, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys agree with any of the videos, you guys want to clip some of this stuff, go ahead. You know what I mean? My name is Alawi. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned for another podcast tomorrow.